It's time now, though, for Stephen Jones to join you here on your home of the Cowboys, 105.3 The Fan. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
We're just doing great and hearing about all those babies. I've got them on the way, too. I've got a grandson on the way, and that'll be here in June. And nothing like these babies hitting the ground, the new generation.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome, Stephen. Congratulations. Is this your first grandchild?
He'll be a great-grandfather.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay, so Dak's on the other side of that perspective, about to be a dad. Is he playing the best he has ever played, and can you attribute any fatherhood traits to that?
I don't know about the fatherhood traits, but I do believe he's playing at as high level as he's ever played at, and certainly just outstanding in terms of how he and Mike are geeing and hawing in terms of making this offense sing. He's obviously, as he's quick to say, got a lot of great teammates out there, starting with the offensive line, and then, of course, guys like CD and Jake Ferguson and Cooks, and, you can't name them all, but they're really, I think, getting their hands around what Mike and Coach Shoddy are trying to accomplish with this offense and, doing some real special things. And certainly, this defense has done a great job all year of keeping us in games and, doing their part. And certainly it's great to see the offense step up. And the defense obviously did at the end when we had to have them. But, we're just got a lot of improvement in front of us if we want to get to where we're going to get. But it's certainly great to see our team pull out a win like that. Hats off to Seattle. They played outstanding every step of the way. As a game they really needed. And fortunately, we were able to step up when we had to.
Stephen, has Jake Ferguson exceeded any and all expectations you've had for him as a player when you watched him come out of Wisconsin?
Yeah, he's just a gritty guy. We obviously really liked him, Brian, but, this guy's got a special competitive instincts in him that just come out. And, his athletic ability is probably, the thing that's been the most surprising. I mean, his run after catch, you saw him hurdling the tackler the other day, but he couples that athletic ability with some real grit, and he's certainly a really solid blocker. And the good news is we got a young guy from Michigan right behind him who's going to push him every step of the way, and just keeps getting better every week. And I think we'll see more and more of him. But those two young tight ends are something that we're really fired up about, and I really think they're going to be a big part of us winning football games going forward.
On the defensive side of the ball, Stephen, maybe not the best night overall, but you got some stops at the end. I kind of come to the point in realization that if I had 11 Tank Lawrences playing for me, I might win a lot of games.
There's no question about that. I mean, these guys are just, they're resilient. And, I think Dan just does an outstanding job of getting these guys in the right spots to make plays. You got to give Seattle credit. They had a great game plan, and Geno played just outstanding in terms of the way he was spinning the ball. But as you said, they stepped up when they had to.
Watching that defense, I think a lot of Cowboy fans were thinking, man, it might be nice to add a guy like a Shaq Leonard. How'd that visit go, and any more news you can report on that?
We had an outstanding visit. He kind of laid it out, the process in terms of what he wants to accomplish. And, he wanted to go visit with another team, with Philadelphia. And then he said he was basically going to take the weekend with his family and, go over his experience with each place and then make a decision. So, he's a guy certainly we have interest in, but we'll see how it plays out.
How big is this next game coming up with a chance to maybe pull even depending on how this weekend's game goes?
Well, it's anytime you play a divisional opponent, it's big. But obviously with, Philadelphia having beat us on their home turf, we had some opportunities to win that game. We didn't get it done. But I really feel like it'll be great to get them on our home turf and an opportunity for us to, continue to hopefully narrow the gap in terms of, competing for who's going to be the champ of the NFC East. We'll certainly see how this game goes this weekend, but you find out in this league the thing you have to focus on the most is what you can control, and certainly that's what we're doing as a football team, trying to get better each and every week. We know there's a lot of football left to play, but we still think there's a lot of improvement this team can make. And, feel like ultimately if we continue along this path, offense, defense, and special teams, that, we have a chance to do some special things.
I mean, you're scoring so much that it's rare that a team has success like the Seattle offense did last night on your defense. Where would you like to improve, Stephen? It looks pretty dang good.
Well, I just think, we can always do better in our running game. I know that's always an emphasis with Mike, and, it's been a little tough sledding for us, between the tackles there in the running game, and, we can improve on that. Obviously, we had first and goal from the 2 right off the bat and didn't get the ball in the end zone, had to settle for a field goal. So I still think red zone's important. I sat in on a competition committee meeting last week, and believe it or not, red zone in general is one of the lowest it's been in a while in terms of scoring touchdowns. So these defenses are doing a better job of keeping people out of the end zone, but we can improve there. Defensively, obviously, that game's presented some challenges for us, and we'll go back, we'll review the tape and see where we can be better there. But I just think that we can improve in all 3 phases and know that we will. We've got a great coaching staff. We've got the right group of guys out there, good leadership on this football team that's going to push every week to make sure that our guys come to work every day and get better.
It was certainly a little bit of a different experience for Brian and I hosting the post-game show last night because you've been having so many blowouts at home, and this was a tight football game, and Coach talking about, how important that is to show that you can win a close game like that moving forward the rest of the way. Is that the type of game that you can look back on against some of these elite opponents that you're going to be going up against and look, hey, this is a building block type of game?
Absolutely. I mean, that's playoff football. You're not living in a real world if you think you're going to be in the NFL and have blowouts week in and week out. That's just not the way these games are played, and certainly it's going to tighten up down the stretch, especially as you play these teams that are fighting each game toward the end as a playoff-type game. It was for Seattle. They knew they needed that game to stay in the playoff hunt, and I just think it's a great experience for our guys to come down to the wire and then make the plays that they had to make, both offense and defensively, in terms of making big plays to ultimately close that game out. I thought in particular it was impressive that the defense, who had a long night in terms of stops, stepped up 2 times in a row to make have big series and get the ball back and ultimately win the football game.
Hey, congrats on that win and that grandbaby, Stephen. Have a good weekend.
Great being on, guys. Take care.